A Dyson Sphere is an artificial megastructure built by an advanced civilization around a star to effectively harvest its energy, as only a tiny fraction of a star's energy emissions reaches the surface of an orbiting planet. The idea was published in Science 1960 by Freeman Dyson, 1923 to 2020, a British-American physicist and mathematician from Cornell University. Even he never finished his doctorate. Cornell offered him a position as a professor in 1951. Later, he was offered an appointment at the Institute for Advanced Study, IAS, in Princeton. Dyson was inspired at a young age by the works of science fiction writer Olaf Stapledon, 1886 to 1950, who wrote about a similar concept in his novel Star Maker, 1937. There are different concepts that could be implemented by a very advanced civilization. First, a swarm of solar collectors could orbit the star and harvest much of its infrared radiation. Alternatively, there could be a closed shell enveloping the entire star. This would increase the material requirement enormously and would run the risk of being severely damaged by asteroids or comets on their voyage in the inner solar system. But the entire energy of the star could be collected, and similar life-friendly characteristics could be created in the interior of the bowl-shaped object in an O'Neill cylinder. In Star Trek: The Next Generation, such a megastructure can be seen in the episode Relics of the 6th season. Another concept would be a ring around the star, as it was in the Larry Niven novel Ringworld, 1970. Several rings at different distances could be used to optimize the energy yield. As we mentioned in our video about the Kardashev scale, astronomers are already looking for proof of Dyson spheres in the universe, since it's such an obvious concept for the energy hunger of an advanced civilization, and they're a good techno-signature of a present or past extraterrestrial civilization. Using the Kepler Space Telescope 1,470 light-years away, they found the star KIC 8462852 that behaves strangely, where some researchers suggest that there could be an artificial structure around it that occasionally blocks part of the light. But this would not be a closed shell Dyson sphere because it would not be visible in the optical range. At most, it would betray itself in the infrared range of the electromagnetic spectrum because the surface would be much warmer than the space. Tiger Yu Yang Xiao of National Tsinghua University in Taiwan even speculated that a Dyson sphere could also be used to collect the energy of not just a star, but a black hole. That's because black holes can radiate an incredible amount of energy, as gas and dust often forms a disk before it crosses the event horizon. And friction can heat this material to millions of degrees, producing light in the X-ray range. This radiation could be captured, and harvesting the energy of a black hole would be 100,000 times more profitable than harvesting the energy of a sun-like star. If the Dyson sphere collects not only electromagnetic radiation, but also other types of energy, e.g. kinetic energy, from the jets, the total collected energy would be approximately 5 times larger. Another form of harvesting the energy of a star is the so-called star lifting. Stars naturally lose mass due to solar winds and coronal mass ejections. However, an advanced civilization could artificially suck mass from the star by increasing the intensity of the solar winds or strong magnetic fields. Through this, the star's energy output could be optimized, and the lifespan of a star could be increased by billions of years. Because the lifetime of a star is determined by the size of its supply of nuclear fuel and at the rate at which it consumes it. Larger stars have a larger supply of fuel, but also have increased pressure in the core due to their higher mass, which is why large stars have a much shorter lifespan than small stars. This process could help us to survive for a much longer time when our sun, with advanced age, threatens to expand and swallow the inner planets of our solar system. The term seems to have been coined by David Criswell, 1941 to 2019, and in the PC and video game Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2003, a masterpiece of its own, the Starforge uses this technique. What do you think? Write your opinion in the comments.